What's going on, guys? It's Smudger here. As you can see, we are currently queuing for Shoot the Ship, purely because I'm not enjoying Cold War. And that is down to a few fundamental issues. I really like the movement in Cold War. The guns, for the most part, are okay. They're no worse than Modern Warfare guns, in my opinion. And it just seems to be the lack of support that has come through from Cold War makes it really unpleasant to play at the moment. Unless you were a complete grinder at that game, like you're playing it day in, day out, it's really not user-friendly. And I'm a big fan of Treyarch games, like Black Ops 1 through 4 were some of my favourite games in the franchise. And it feels like, because obviously, right, I should probably preface this with, Warzone's a massive success. Any smart businessman puts as many resources as they can afford into that game. And essentially make sure it is the best it can be. I wholeheartedly agree with that. That is just smart business. I'm not even going to pretend to dispute that. The issue comes when these guys are having a nice time there. The issue comes when people forget that the roots of Warzone, the roots of Call of Duty, and the game itself. Let's actually level up my Dragunov, which would be a productive way to spend this video. That the roots of this game come from 6v6. As much as people may want to deny that, say that it is a dead game now, say that it's not worth playing, the roots of the game come from 6v6. And that's fine, like you can acknowledge that, and for a multi-billion-dollar company, they should be able to support it adequately alongside Warzone. Like it should just be able to happen. Like, I'm not even gonna sit there and make excuses for them and say, "Oh, well, they were probably really busy for Warzone, and like it was difficult for them to like balance it all. It's a big scale project to take on." No, absolutely not. Screw you. You should be able to manage both. If you can't, then that's on you entirely. Is this guy going to push? I'm going to say we're just going to have a standoff with this guy. Oh, at least we're gone. And the issue comes when you start to neglect your core audience and those ones that pushed over to Warzone were your core audience. And obviously you brought in a lot of other people through that, which is great. Which is fantastic. But you're now neglecting the people that made your game essentially what it is. And that is what I have an issue with. I'd rather they turned around and said, look, we don't have any content ready, than putting out kind of the tiny bits and pieces that they have been putting out. Can I stand back up or are you going to shoot me? There are a lot of tags there. I don't even know where they're spawning. I think over this side? Yeah. Thank you. I think the lack of 6v6 maps, the lack of understanding on how we want weapons to be balanced, the fact that I can come up against, a full 6-man all rocking the same stoner class setup in Search and Destroy and feel like there is nothing I can do to combat that is wild to me. Like, absolutely wild to me. I just don't understand how you let that happen in your game, especially a game that is, or rather a developer that is usually so fantastic at being consistent. With its S&D especially. I love Treyarch S&D. Just gonna pre-aim this for the deagle. There we go. Ow! I think there's a real, I don't know if it's an arrogance from developers maybe, that they don't think that people will mind if they give them what they want in Warzone. But then Warzone's not been what the people want for quite a while now, in terms of consistent non-buggy content. They can't bring in an admin to cheat for whatever reason. I'm not going to sit there and pretend I know why. And they can't seem to bring in any form of non-game breaking update. And like, this is a company that should have the funds to essentially put in as many software developers, as many game testers as they need, and think about where their updates are going wrong. And if they were doing that, and if Warzone was this wonderful, smooth, flowing game, I really don't think I'd have an issue with it. But it's not. It's not in the slightest. And so I'm like, well, where are your resources going? Because they're not going into good 6v6 maps. They're not going into updating the game, into weapon balancing, into listening to your community. They're going into deleting games off your PlayStation for no reason, off your console for no reason. There is nothing there that makes me think they're taking any notice in what people are saying or doing. Thank you for that. And it feels like at some point they're going to lose the core people that buy their games year in, year out. And that's the end of it. That's been brewing for quite some time, that rant, and I just feel like it needed to be said. It was probably quite incoherent and hard to follow, but I hope you got the idea of what I was getting at. It will probably just be Modern Warfare content for a little while on this channel until I get that itch to play Cold War again. There will be some Warzone as well, but predominantly Modern Warfare content. We'll be doing some random class setups, some fun challenges, some bits and bobs like that. So if that's something you are interested in and you want to find your way back, hit subscribe. If you like the video, please like the video. And as always, I hope you all have a good day and I'll see you next time. Bye.